It's time now for a look at latest in local news. In the news, the Wayne County Board of Education met Wednesday in a special call meeting to announce the next school superintendent of Wayne County. The vote was unanimous. The decision and selection is Dr. Sean Kelly out of Douglasville, Georgia. Here was the motion and the vote on Wednesday morning.
I entertain a motion to name the person for the position of Wayne County Superintendent at this time.
Mr. Chairman, first of all, I'd like to say that we had a number of very qualified applicants, and we're so very appreciative for that. But at this time, I move that the Wayne County School Board name Dr. Sean Kelly for the position of Wayne County School Superintendent effective April 1, 2021.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Call roll, please.
Mr. Ellis?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Davidson?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Harris?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Daniel? Yes, ma'am. Mr. Benfield?
Yes, ma'am.
After discussing with you all as the board, I'm going to move that we, the Wayne County School Board, employ Dr. Sean Kelly as the Chief of Staff beginning March 1st, 2021 through March 31st, 2021 with the duties of working with the Superintendent and the Board of Education to coordinate and prepare for the transition of responsibilities from the current Superintendent to the position when he becomes Superintendent on April 1st. And this is where we can begin to work with him and also Dr. Brinson to discuss our major topics, personnel, budget, and then he will assume the position on April the 1st, 2021. I need a second. Move in second.
Mr. Ellis?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Davidson?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Harris?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Daniel? Yes, ma'am. Mr. Benfield?
Yes, ma'am.
And once again, taking place yesterday morning at the Tech Center after the announcement, WIFO had a chance to talk with the new school superintendent, Dr. Sean Kelly.
Here, Dr. Sean Kelly, just named the new Wayne County School Superintendent. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here. Heard a lot about Wayne County, done a lot of research, and I think it is a wonderful place to come and be superintendent.
Well, you're from Douglasville. What do you currently do? I mean, it says maintenance of...
Yeah, I am currently the Executive Director of Operations. I work directly with the Assistant Superintendent of Operations, and we supervise all of the capital outlay, the buildings, renovations, maintenance, discipline, safety, athletics, and so work with East Blost, a very large budget to make sure that our facilities and all of our processes are functioning properly.
And other jobs you've had, I'd say, with
I've been
a pretty lengthy resume.
I started out as a high school teacher and a coach, and then was an assistant principal at the high school. I was a principal for 11 years at the high school, and then I was executive director for curriculum and instruction for a year before I moved over to operations.
And you're nice. You're excited to get your family here. Tell us about your family. How many kids?
I have one son. His name is Tyler. He's in college up in Northwest Georgia, so he's a business major. And then my wife, Robbins, is also an educator, and she works in the Douglas County school system as the gifted resource for the county. So she works with teachers and kids and various agencies promoting gifted education and several other things.
I'm just curious. You get the job, so what's your first step of action? Do you go around and meet teachers, principals? I know you're going to be working close with the superintendent from now to the end of the month, so that'll help. But just curious what your game plan is.
Well, there are several things that I'm going to work closely with Dr. Brinson on, but to me, the most important thing is to begin building relationships with our students, our staff, and the community so that they get to know who Sean Kelly is and I get to know who they are, and we can start forming those relationships to promote our schools and make sure that the school system is promoting excellence in education and meeting the needs and the expectations of the community.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you talking with us.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
County.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And once again, those comments that Dr. Sean Kelly, again, selected by the Wayne County Board of Education on unanimous vote to be the next school superintendent of Wayne County. Again, he'll officially begin working on Monday under the direction of Superintendent Jay Brinson until the end of March, and officially become Wayne County School Superintendent on April the 1st. When we come back, we'll hear from School Board Chairman Nick Ellis, get his thoughts on the board selection of Dr. Sean Kelly. We'll be back with that after the timeout. We continue with the story. Dr. Sean Kelly announced as the Wayne County School Superintendent. Again, he'll work under Superintendent Jay Brinson for a month and then become the official superintendent on April the 1st. Again, the school board had it narrowed down to 3 final candidates before the announcement yesterday. We had a chance to talk with School Board Chairman Nick Ellis, get his thoughts on the board selection.
Board Chairman Nick Ellis, announcement today, Dr. Sean Kelly, you said it was a long, lengthy process, and all the board members seem to be excited about the decision. So tell us how Dr. Sean Kelly became Wayne County School Superintendent.
Well, he was initially identified as when he came in, that he was definitely somebody that we wanted to bring back for a second conversation after his first interview. The first interviews that took place, we interviewed about 14 individuals, and from that first day we said, hey, this is one of the guys that we want to bring back. And as he came back for the second round, and as he began to dig into our data, he began to look at our discipline, our maintenance and operations, and our capital projects, and he began to discuss some things that he could do to help us. It really caught the board's attention. Not that the other candidates did not have our attention, but when we talk about the school system from the superintendent's seat, we look at, instruction and curriculum is the main component of that, but we also have other things that takes to, run this school district. Maintenance and operations is the other biggest component. That's dealing with our buses, that's dealing with all of our maintenance of our buildings, and we are in the middle of capital projects, our James E. Bacon project, our track project, football facilities, and all of the future projects such as our ROTC and Ag building. And we just felt that he brought what we were going to be needing. Losing Dr. Brinson, because he's kind of managed all those pieces, and we felt that he could, fill in the gaps of all those pieces and actually dig a little deeper and help us get the best bang for our buck as we continue to discuss about, the pricings of these type of projects and different things like that. We have a strong curriculum team here. I think that he will be a good fit to work with Miss Amy Denny, who's our Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction. We also discussed that as a board. Could he be a fit to work with our team, work with our building level principals that are currently in place? And we felt after listening to his interview and discussing the other candidates that he would be the one that could take our team, the current staff that we have right now, and help us move to the next level.
Well, you mentioned her, so I'll bring her up. Amy Denny's been your assistant superintendent, so the obvious question is why not Amy Denny? She's one of the 3 finalists. How did she not get the job?
Well, again, we also looked at, the total package of what a candidate can bring to the table. She does have a strong background in curriculum. She's done an outstanding job for our district and is still doing an outstanding job. But the board felt that we had more things outside that we wanted some extra guidance and some extra experience in on those things.
Under your comments after the announcement was made, you mentioned that you talked to community leaders, teachers, students, listen to your constituents. What was the feedback from them?
Well, it was kind of, some people wanted a local candidate, and some people wanted a candidate that could bring some new ideas, some innovative ideas, and bring a fresh perspective to the seat of the superintendency. A lot of conversation went in that, Dr. Brinson came up through the ranks of this school district. He was a principal, and, he made his way to the superintendency. And some people, appreciated and valued that. But there were also individuals from this community that said, "Hey, we've gotten to a point now where we need some new ideas. We need some innovation. We need someone to really look at us from the outside and look at some of our defaults and some of our issues and really help us target how we can fix those and move the needle forward, and improving our CCRPI score and our content mastery data that they were able to retrieve from the Department of Education."
One final question, I'm curious, any concern about the message it sends? Amy Denny works her way up. She's been here forever, assistant superintendent for the last couple of years. And you talk about promote from within, but yeah, she's a finalist but doesn't get the job. Any concern about the message that sends?
Bob, I really am not concerned. Again, Miss Amy does a great job for our school district. I think that there's room for this team to continue to grow, and that could be a future for her in that superintendency, if that's what she wants to do. So I don't think there's going to be an issue. I don't think there's going to be any backlash. People want who they want, but the school board is an elected body. We all have shared our individual concerns, but together we have to work together to make the best decision for our students and for our school district.
Okay, appreciate you talking with us, and we'll look forward to working with Dr. Kelly.
Thank you.
And once again, those comments of Board Chairman Nick Ellis. Assistant Superintendent Amy Denny, again, was a finalist. She was present at the meeting on Wednesday. WIFO VIP asked her if she had any comment. Ms. Denny simply stated that she simply wants what's best for Wayne County school system and what's best for Wayne County's children. She emphasized she's a team player, will continue to work for the betterment of the Wayne County school system. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final note news, Fire Jesup Police Chief Mike Lane has filed for a grievance hearing, and that tentative date is set for Monday, March 15th. The tentative site, Crack Williams Recreation Center. Once again, the City of Jesup following procedures provided in the employee handbook for the City of Jesup. According to the handbook at the grievance hearing, technical rules of evidence shall not apply. All testimony before the committee shall be under oath or affirmation. Any member of the committee shall have the power to administer oaths and call witnesses and may compel the production of relevant books, records, or documents. Then a copy of the decision of the grievance committee shall be given to the affected employee within 3 working days following the completion of the hearing. The decision of the grievance committee shall be final. Once again, a grievance hearing will be held. WIFO-FM will continue to follow the story as it develops. WIFO-FM ran into District Attorney Keith Higgins Wednesday at the reception for our new school superintendent, Dr. Sean Kelly, held at Crack Williams Recreation Center yesterday afternoon. Asked him whether or not he's going to file charges against the former chief, as he has the GBI report in which the GBI investigated the allegations of sexual harassment by the 3 former female officers. Higgins told WIFO-FM that he has the report. His office is currently reviewing the GBI's report and findings. Higgins says no decision has been made at this time. Higgins was invited to appear on the Butch and Bob show, and he's checking his calendar. We're hoping to have him next Thursday or Friday on the show. A lot of topics to discuss. His criminal jury court docket, once again, continues to be pushed back by court order.
If you're
looking for dates on several major cases on that court docket, again, waiting to see if the district attorney's office will file charges in the GBI investigation into the allegations alleged against former Jesup Police Chief Mike Lane. And as soon as we finalize the date for the DA appearance next week, we'll have it here on our local news. Also lining up the superintendent on the show. Again, he begins work Monday. Should be able to line him on one day next week as well. That's going to do it for the latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morganson, have a great day.